Hello! Welcome back, loyal viewers, to another fine episode of Star Wars Sunstriders Phase 3. This is our third campaign. I'm joined here by my emerging storytellers and great friends playing their fine characters, which you can, of course, see underneath their player cameras. If you're audio-only listener, we got Garrett as NUL-L. We've got Dom as Samson Dalamez. We've got Chris as Shib Kath. And we've got Noah as Jeff Tyro. And in a recap, well, before a recap, dude, we're playing Edge Studios / Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars role-playing game. We're using RPGsessions.com. Great virtual tabletop. Use it. Check it out if you haven't. And we're, of course, using the narrative dice system. So if you're looking for D20 stuff, convert, join the dark side, play narrative dice. It's way more fun. Anyways. So, yes, now we can get into the recap. So last session, last week even, because I can say that for now, we started off with a couple dreams, a couple perhaps force visions. One, of course, for Samson and one for Jeff, which both perhaps had undercurrents about their current situations, not only on Etone, but internally as well. Outside of that, Shib and Adaj Krisos, the Goyan master-to-be, the Goyan master in training, had an outing to the archives and talked a little bit with Zoe, Zeo33, the Gonk droid, ancient Gonk droid, really. Representative of the Nin Orthodoxy, and also common pursuant of knowledge in the ancient archives. She spends a lot of time there. As well as a quick chat with the Gold Isodecahedron about a few things, relating to the Force. But, Adaz seemed distracted for some reason, and nobody knows why. Shib had a great time, and for whatever reason, Adaj, was curious about current Jedi views on attachments and things of that nature.
For some reason.
Yeah, for some reason. Our other players, our other PCs, were out and about, woke up the next morning after the debate had ended with a little bit of rest, and a run-in with an individual named Ro, or two individuals calling themselves Ro to two different PCs, both acting a little strange. So a little bit more spying, for lack of a better term, happened. And Noel and Samson follow quite a curious sight and go out and investigate the area and run into a curious pair. Run into a curious Shistivinian and an Athorian arguing over on the Western Rise, clutching one of those Episode 5 containers that apparently has a bunch of credits in it, arguing about some kind of job, which Noel and Samson were able to devise that they were anti-bounty hunters, for lack of a better term. They were hired to keep someone safe. And lo and behold, the conversation did not go so well. And it seemed that Warren, the Shistivinian, was a little bit upset and seemed to relay that he was going to tattletale on Nolan Sampson for being really pushy and mean to the chairman, Kazi Kisaguri. More on that later. Maybe this episode even. Who knows? Oh, and my fault. Shib was not talking with Zoe. Noel was talking with Zoe in the archives. And learned, a lot about, had a more in-depth, perhaps, a look into some of the orthodoxy beliefs. But more importantly, learned about the existence of what she referred to as kind of an apostate equilaterate member and a secret forge. The last location of the shrine that apparently not connected to the shrine itself, but in lack of a better term and without repeating the sort of riddle location, apparently rests at the invex connection point of a river and a lava flow somewhere deeper into the delta that once formed these ancient peaks that you guys are resting on now. Jeff, keeping a tight eye on the other row, the one that he went and investigated a few sessions ago, that was sort of lurking around the Matukai chapter house, made a quick exit, and Jeff followed him and had a little bit of a conversation with him, had a little bit of perhaps a heart-to-heart on one of the benches on the very edge of the South Rise, overlooking the landing zone and the wide expanse of the river delta that stretches miles away from the Shrine of the Ancients itself. Talked about why he was here, what everyone else was doing here, and why perhaps, or why he was upset even, about why all these powerful individuals weren't out doing something about the evils about and afoot in the galaxy. So, that's our recap for last week. And our session question, a little bit different this week. But I have a lot of faith in you guys. And it's something new, viewers. But instead of me positing a question, I'm hopping out. We're doing a quick pit. We're doing a little fire drill at the red light. I'm hopping out of the driver's seat, and you're hopping in for a quick, brief 5-minute self-narrative. Our theme for these short self-narratives here will be visions. We love visions here at Sunstriders. I rely on them heavily. They're great. So, you'll self-narrate your vision. After you're done, you'll roll your destiny points. And whoever, of course, is ready, feel free to take the range.
Jeff can go unless somebody else would like to start.
Please, by all means.
Sweet. All right, let me set the scene. And since I'm going first, I'm telling you guys, it's cloudy today. So, this takes place immediately after, the night after the conversation with Ro. Jeff finds himself unable to rest, tossing and turning in his bed. It's in the wee hours of the morning when the suns are the dimmest, and a large cloud formation is rolled in and the rains begin to pitter-patter across the enclave. So Jeff does what he does often when trying to find solace, and he goes into the den to just rehearse martial forms on the little Wing Chun dummies, the wooden, dummies with the arms. You kind of begin to fall into a striking rhythm. And you can hear the crackling of the braziers echoing throughout, and the soft rain outside. It kind of grows louder and louder in his mind as he quiets the other thoughts around him. And Jeff, as he begins falling into that striking rhythm, finds himself mentally back on Ord Trazi whenever he was very young, about 8-9 years old. He and his friend Kiro were playing by the river. The entire village that they're from was kind of built into this delta after a large dam that's used for hydroelectric generation on the planet. And it started to rain that day, and it kind of pitter-pattered, and he'd been away from his family a little bit, just having some fun. And then the rain began to grow and grow and grow. Eventually they get separated, and Jeff looks around completely alone. Looks around completely alone, scared. The river starts to rise. Jeff kind of snaps back into the den, kind of breathes heavily, shakes it off. Again, tries to fall into that striking rhythm. This time, it's later on in the day. The village is completely flooded. Water's overtaken the dam. He can't find his parents. There's nobody around him. The only thing that he can see is just one large, imposing figure coming through the wreckage to try and dig him out of it. And he, out of character, you'd recognize that as one of the leaders in the Matukai. And Jeff just kind of sits there and reflects on, I guess, how he got his start. And again, works the rest of the night throughout, trying to clear his head.
Very good. Thank you. Go ahead and roll your destiny points.
Oh, yeah. Where'd it go? There we go.
Hell yeah.
I think I'll take the 2.
Sessions, what's going on here? Give me my table, man. There we go. Alrighty, very good. Who's next?
Shib can go.
Please.
So, a few days after the debacle with Dr. Starbloom and the fallen ship that we were exploring and excavating, after bringing back the lightsaber and, you know, the battling of the force apparition that we came across, Shib has a dream. She wakes up on the floor of her battle cruiser. And I'll just switch over here. I'm narrating this first-person point of view because I wrote this a first-person point of view.
Hell yeah.
After waking up on the floor of my battle cruiser, my vision is blurry and clouded in a red haze. I'm disoriented. There's smoke and sparks everywhere. I make my way through the ship, finding plenty of my crew members cut and slashed, but by what I know is a lightsaber. After some time of aimless wandering, I see light from what looks like a hole in the hull of my ship. Jungle. Nothing but dense jungle ahead of me, but for some reason I know which way to go. Stumbling, crunching, body. Stumbling, crunching, throw up blood. I don't know how much time has passed. I don't know where or who I am. After what seems like days, I come to the edge of the trees at last, and ahead of me are great pillars of stone. Something drew me to this place, and I don't know what, but it's something inside these pillars. I see something coming towards me, some strange, looks disgusting, and it speaks in a language I cannot understand. I try to ignite my saber that I know I have, but nothing happens. And the creature slithers right past me, paying no heed and no mind. And Shib would, of course, wake up in a cold sweat, not understanding, but, you know, maybe able to piece together some of the puzzle. That's it.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Go ahead and roll your destiny points.
Shit's not uploading.
I'd upload it for me after I refreshed one more time.
Ah, wow. Hey, I'll take the 2 light side.
I figured that was the case.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'll go next.
All right.
So Null, probably the night after, after we had the cafeteria time and probably just some night between. Null shuts down for the evening, and then finds his sensors light up, kind of like perimeter, like motion sensors or something, to wake him up from his shutdown, middle of the night. He seems that he hears kind of like a very distant drill sound, some kind of mechanical machinery, as well as someone talking. He, thinking it's Lorne sleepwalking again, heads into the common area to try to see the source. But as he follows the sound, the surroundings kind of morph into more sleek, stark gray walls, not unlike the ship that we had seen. As he gets a little closer, the drilling becomes more clear, and the voice as well. And he finds out that it is his own voice. And as he progresses to a doorway and sees beyond it, he sees what I can only describe as like a surgical demonstration, like med students when they have the one doctor that's performing something and a bunch of people up on a balcony watching. And he sees Dr. Vesh speaking in Null's own voice, and he sees himself, Null, on the doctor operating table. And Dr. Vesh is describing the various scientific processes of what constitutes life, what can sever it, and is using Null as kind of an analogy for droid life versus organic. Null, let me see, like watching this. What was it? As he's continuing the operation, it's something to the effect of, and with the two ventricles here, we're using this battery as an analogy of the heart. Separating one will definitely cause some constriction in the remaining ones, but this does not shut out all possibility of operation. It still works, it just is strained. And somebody in the like crowd of like students kind of raises his hand, goes, "Oh, Dr. Vesh, if I may, why would we be learning this on a droid instead of an organic?" Well, you see, droids are very similar to us. Some people may not wish to see it so, but they can be killed just like us. It's just that they can also be brought back. And with that, he'll actually, like, using scalpel, some kind of mechanical thing, finish the incision, and Null feels the pain as he's watching it from a few feet away. And with that, the pain wakes up fully in the morning. Too dark.
Very good. Last but not least, with an additional 15 minutes to think.
Doing your homework in class, man. All right. So we'll say this is prior to the most recent events of the party. I'd assume the evening after our run-ins. The camera pans over the Darafon chapter house and over around the back and towards the front door. And as it approaches the front door, you can hear a soft humming, soft chanting, And as the camera goes through the door there in the center of the chapter house by candlelight is Samson, cross-legged, sitting around a small collection of rocks, small creations, religious ornaments. And he's sitting there humming, doing his incantations. And as it pans around the room, you can see just the center is lighted, long shadows cast around the chapter house. And as the humming is continuing throughout this scene, it suddenly stops. Samson lets out a raspy cough. And at first it's short, it's not deep, it's a and then it slowly turns into an intense cough. He's parched, it's like he hasn't drank water in days and his body's begging for it. And in a huff, he'll get up, knocking a few of the ornamentations to the side, and rushes over to a table dimly lit by the candles where there's a pitcher and a water cup. And clutching at his throat, slightly coughing with that raspy, Samson's going to pour himself some water out of the jug, out of the pitcher, and into the cup. And as Samson pulls the cup to his face, he'll look into the cup as it comes towards him and see not just water in the bottom of this cup, but a long, limitless expanse of stars and space. And as he sees this, his body becomes numb, and he realizes he's still in his ritual focus and is now witnessing a vision. So as he is sucked into the hole of this cup and travels a bit of starry expanse, suddenly his entire view is this reddish orange, this kind of flow of water, and then the water granulates and it becomes to sand, and Samson awakes in this orange and red desert expanse, and he's fully on his knees, hands and knees on the ground, and he's at the edge of a small puddle of water, some desert oasis, and he's still parched, he's still coughing, he's still raspy. He reaches down like a bird to water, horse to water, and starts to engorge himself on this desert oasis. And as he's drinking, the consistency and texture of the water slowly changes to a heavier, oilier, something that sticks to you texture. And as he brings himself up from this water, he looks and it's now all a dark, wet red, the color of blood. And as he tries to get it off of his face and sees that it's staining his clothes, wiping it away, but it won't stop spreading down. There's no way he got that much on his robes. He notices in the top of his peripherals 2 long, scaled feet. And as he looks up, what can best be described as a golden brown silhouette to a Sprellis is standing in the water before him, this pool of blood, and he looks up, the golden brown, and there's a word for the colorway of, or pattern of feathers on a bird. But as he's taking in the awe of this massive beast, he looks up into its eyes, and these bright red glowing eyes are staring directly into him with the sun of Dracoine, a backdrop on the bird's head. And as he opens his mouth to see, he asks, "What are you?" The Asprelus pokes down, grabs into the mouth of Samson, and removes his tongue, throws it in the air, and swallows it. And when Samson goes to speak, he cannot speak, and when he grabs into his mouth, there's nothing for him to grab, and then he wakes up back in the chapter house.
Very good.
Very cool. Yeah.
Please roll your destiny points.
The table.
A lot of points for today. 4 and 4, man. Nice.
Perfectly balanced.
That's right, dude. perfectly balanced indeed. All right, so very good, guys. Thank you. I love doing new things, man, because then we get sweet shit like that. All of you, congratulations, great job. That's more than I could ever ask for. And you know, I'm gonna dig into all of these and pull the worst meaning possible out of them for all of you, regardless of what you have set.
Wouldn't have it any other way, dude.
Very good, guys. Very good. Okay. Well, that makes it easy for us to jump right in. So, the next day, after our adventures, our talks, our runarounds, and on a quick look, actually, before we get too jumped in and too deep, Jeff, Shib, Samson, everyone but Noel, actually, as you guys awake this morning, or you power on this morning, you come to the realization that you are not as rested as perhaps you should be. And regardless of these visions coming to you, you may shift the blame onto that. Your sleep being interrupted, your nightly routine being interrupted. But there is something in your bones themselves that just has a bit of drag to it. It's harder to focus. You're in a bit of a haze, really. And in a simple way, your stress, regardless of if you've recognized it or not, is starting to build up. So, Shib, we will jump in right with you to start off. As you perhaps do your morning routines, you see or you hear your thin door sort of creak open to the Jedi chapter house as Master Zoe walks in, her overcoat sort of just thrown over her shoulder, her exterior upper gi has been sort of stripped away, her tabard, and is tied around her waist. So she has just a very simple undercloth on up top, and her regular pants and boots down low. But her, even though she's 60 years old, her physique is still pretty strapping. And she has quite a bit of sweat built up on her. You can see it sort of around the rim of the neck of her undergarment, on towards her armpits, around her waist, where it's cinched with her belt. And even around the brief bits of hair, her high ponytail off her long, conical Sarian head. Has, some sweat on her brow. So she walks in, gives you a little bit of a head bow, pulls her canteen off the table. Breath still coming a little bit heavy to her. Takes a sip. And oh, good morning, Padawan.
Good morning, Master. Quite the workout this morning.
Yes, I realized I was last time I came up the stairway, I was a bit more winded than usual, so maybe I'm just getting old, but can't have that.
Indeed not.
I noticed, well, I won't even say that. How was your night?
It was good. The celebration was good.
Terrific.
We had a little bit of investigation.
Well, very good. Very.
Shib's nervous.
She's. Are you visibly nervous?
Probably. Shib, not a great liar.
You're right. Well, that is good to hear. I'm glad the celebration went well. You know, for every success you have, you should enjoy the fruits of your labor. Tell me, who of the other representatives here, you know, sticks out to you? Is there anybody that you've taken an interest in?
Oh, surely there's, of course, the group that I've been journeying with and working with.
Well, not
Noel,
counting
Jeff,
them.
and Samson.
I know you're great friends with them. I like that group. You're quite eclectic. But that's the best way for it to be, I think. If you're running around with a bunch of people like you all the time, you never have a chance to grow.
Indeed.
Shib, do you feel like you've grown since you've been here? And I want you to be honest, of course. You can always be honest with me.
In some ways, yes, I do feel as though I've grown, but I still find it hard to really determine my place, you know, where I belong, what I'm supposed to be doing. I suppose I'm still struggling finding a purpose and direction.
Well, I think your purpose has been discovering yourself, has it not?
I suppose so.
I would say go ahead and knock that one off the list. Because if your purpose is to find a purpose, you've already concluded it. Because your purpose is to find your purpose.
It is a bit of a contradiction, don't you think?
We are luminous beings, Ship. And yet we are in flesh. We're contradictions ourselves. But take it from me. I have been more than happy with how much you've grown. And not only in perhaps, well, and you know, you see it incrementally. You live within yourself every day. But whenever we do our lessons, you've gone out on a real mission and had great success. I see and I hear from others about how you handle yourself in situations of stress. That is not the same girl that walked off of that shuttle and walked up these stairways the first time.
Well, this is very high praise coming from you, Master.
I call it how I see it, Shil. Now, perhaps this is a bit early and maybe a bit premature, but I feel like you deserve to know it. There is a As I double check my count real quick because I don't want to say the wrong thing. There is a 12th location of this shrine.
Is it another chapter house?
It is not.
Or
It's the Forge, as it's called.
well, would I be privy to the conversation that they had with Zoe?
Up to you.
Playing dumb, got it. The Forge Master.
Yes. It's usually falls to masters to bring about to their apprentices or adepts, but it marks a great point, and really it goes quite easily for a Jedi. But for us, if I say you, we have relied upon the Boken quite some time. It's been harder to find kyber crystals and use them, especially in our current state and just with matters of galactic history. But now it has fallen a bit towards, or progressed even, towards, the making of a Padawan into a knight. Not only the trials of knighthood, but the crafting of a Jedi's weapon, of a lightsaber, falls into that gap now. And because the Equilaterate, have been here for so long, the Gree that lives at the Forge is well versed in ways of crafting spiritual weapons.
Master, are you telling me I am to make a lightsaber?
Yes, of course.
But we have no kyber crystals. You have just said they are hard to come by these days.
That they are. In the galaxy at large, my Padawan. Perhaps it is harder to notice things that live every day in your everyday life. Things that are common, that don't stick out and stick into the through lines and the bylines of your waking moments. Here. She tosses her clothes down onto the table, walks over to you, and sits cross-legged on the floor. Just kind of sticks her hands out towards you on her elbows.
I will sit down and do the same.
Guys, she'll flip her hands over onto yours, still sweating, but she'll breathe out, saying, old teachings have said that if you were to understand a single grain of sand, and you could comprehend just one grain of sand in its entirety, you would know everything. Imagine how many grains of sand are not just here on Etone, but in a galaxy. To know the smallest pieces, to know the whole. Open your feelings, Shib, and feel the piece that we are on right now. Go ahead and give me a discipline check. Add your force rating. 3 purples.
Failures, 1 advantage, 3 light side. Hell
Just
yeah.
enough for 1 success, Shib. And perhaps with the 3 light side pips, perhaps a bolstering of your spirit from your master here as well. But you feel your consciousness flow out from within you and expand. And you feel the dirt that you sit on. But within that dirt, you feel the thrum of the Force. And the picture becomes clear of what this shrine really is, why these pillars have lasted for so long when all else has been eroded over the millennia of a river flowing against it. Spires of Kyber grow from the heart of Etone, thousands of feet tall, and you rest on them right now. They're but 10 feet away. And yet Etone itself, these things, this Kyber is so entwined to what this planet is made of, how it exists within the Force. It's far too easy to lose it in the background, these individuals. You feel the Kyber, you feel the Asprellis laying eggs, flying, you feel the bugs that they eat, you feel the wind blow through the caverns and the horns. And it's all right here. Right beneath your feet.
While we're here, just I guess just for shits and giggles, I would like to use my sense basic power.
Sure. Well, I suppose I should ask, what are you looking for?
Specifically looking for, like, Kyber crystals as Shiv would understand them, like, through the teachings of the Jedi. Like, you know, the whole... There's, like, one Kyber crystal that calls out to Padawan and stuff like that.
Mm.
Just, I guess she's excited.
Yes,
maybe jumping the gun a little bit.
Of course, yes. Please go ahead. Right side. Shiv, you dig deeper. As Master Zo's voice calls out to you, you dig deeper. This Kyber does not speak to you. It does not know you. It knows the lattices that it has grown and persisted of for millennia. It knows its brothers and sisters. It calls out and reverberates in beautiful tones from spire to spire. But just as you have perhaps missed them, they are not yet aware of you.
Master, how, and this may sound silly, but how do I get the Kyber to recognize me?
Fine question, pal. Fine question. And not a silly one at all. You feel her hands disconnect from yours as she leans back, sort of stretches her back, twists her hips a little bit. I don't know. These things come in time, of course.
What should my next steps be?
Well, I feel a swelling here, Padawan. The makeup of the planet here has not given me a clear sight of it. But there is a drop coming. That much I know.
A drop?
Yes, a cliff, perhaps. Theatrically speaking. Or maybe not. Perhaps somebody will fall off, and that would be bad. But yes, something is coming to a head. That much I'm sure. So, I would say your next steps are be wary, keep your wits about you, and continue learning of yourself.
Of course.
We'll jump over. Jeff,
Yes.
in the den. As perhaps sleep did not come to you so easily,
Yeah. So I probably never left the den.
the sound of yourself on your training dummy is joined by a cacophony of others. Perhaps you yourself were not worried about it, but Representative Narax, the leader of the Matukai here, at least on Etone, is quick to inform everyone as they rouse that today is the day of combat. Much is at stake this day. Perhaps new sashes, perhaps a climbing of the ranks, or a descent among them if you perform so poorly. But the iron of iron, the testing of metal, is today. And it begins early, and perhaps will run for quite some time. So if you would be so kind, Jeff, as to give me a combat check, and we brawl, melee, whatever,
Okay.
please do that for me.
I will do brawl.
Very good. It will start as an
And the
average
difficulty?
check. 2 purples.
Okay.
Great roll.
Oh,
3
wow.
successes, 1 advantage, 1
Very nice.
triumph. Jeff, you, regardless of your skill, are new here. So, you go early, and you go often. The other learners here, however knowledgeable of each other that you are, want to see what you are made of, and perhaps are jealous even of your expedition off of the shrine already. But Erikin, first, one of the young 18-year-olds Matukais that you guys have run into before, is your first opponent. And with 3 advantages, 1 triumph, or 3 successes, 1 advantage, 1 triumph, you dispatch him quite easily. So what does that look like within the chapter house of Matukai at the striking early hours of the morning?
So there are ceremonial rules whenever the Matukai are fighting. It's not every battle is not a battle to the death. Therefore, you have to determine how someone wins and how someone would lose. Part of that is if a person is rendered unable to continue combat, they lose. If a person voluntarily or involuntarily leaves the space of the duel, they lose. And I think Jeff, trying to conserve energy after a long night, would have probably shirked him off in the easiest way he could have found, and had him step out on pretty much an early technicality. And he'd probably be a little upset with that.
Very
I
good.
feel like
and
he
your-
didn't get a good shake at it.
Of course, your masterful work, footwork, displacement, replacement is overwhelming for really anyone of your rank. Which, of course, lest we forget, your sash is red, as is Verikin's. You guys are Minox, the first sashed rank for the Matukai. And he, of course, is upset, but the footprint in the sand that crosses the rope and line is obvious as can be. You are, of course, declared the victor. What would you like your triumph to be?
Maybe the guy that I'm going up against next, who was watching the fight, he thinks that was a dirty move. You know, like, this guy's not even fighting. And he maybe would underestimate me in the next fight.
Perfect. Well, in that case, please take an upgrade for yourself. So take an extra yellow.
All right.
And your next roll, your next combat, of course, as the sounds of grunts and flesh on flesh and through garb and hard thuds of bodies upon the floor and the granite and the stone inside of the chapter house rings out. You, of course, will go again in rapid succession. So please give me another roll, and we'll simply upgrade here to 3 purples and 1 setback.
All right. Oh, wow. Interesting.
Very good. 1 failure, 6 advantages, 1 triumph. So here, Danko Wulak, a dark green, almost like sage green Twi'lek, with a lot of ornamentation coming off of his wrapped head tails, is the next up that requests your attention. He is a much better combatant already than Erican. He is much shiftier. He's very aware of his surroundings. He knows how wide the ring is. And perhaps he has the advantage of having watched you fight already, and you have not seen him once yet at all. Regardless of all of that, with 6 advantages and a triumph, you fight a terrific fight. And with 1 failure, however, I will, of course, allow you to decide how you lose this battle.
Yeah. I think Jeff, having been up all night, sees the clear path. All he's got to do here, he really relies heavily on his footwork. He steps forward and really loads a kick, and all Jeff has to do is sweep that loading leg, and he'll immediately have the advantage. However, Jeth is just a little bit too late in his reaction, and unable to do so before that kick comes from his blind side and cracks him on the side of the temple.
And you are dazed for sure, as you do lose your balance, and a hand that reaches out to stop yourself falls outside of the rope and rink. But Denko, unlike Erican, is there to pick you up off the ground. So as the stars clear from your vision, you come to see this dark green hand, very thick muscled forearm, just sort of reaching out to you to pick you back up onto your feet.
Take his hand and thank him.
Thank you.
20% bow.
You are a fine warrior, and I know that is not your best.
You'd be surprised. I thought I had you right there. I just didn't see the kick.
A lapse. Perhaps not in judgment, but in timing.
That might be. It won't happen again. Same rank as me?
Yes, also red sash
Okay.
as well. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen you around Buhai Din. Have you been on World for a long time?
I have, but I've been a bit busy. I'm rarely at the shrine these days.
Really? You venture out?
Yes, I've been a bit of a scout for the Matukai.
You see any creatures out there?
Oh, of course.
Any Rathtar?
Would you like to spend your triumph here?
Yeah, sure.
How strange that you would mention such a vile creature here. But yes, I have seen one in its full majesty.
Awful sight, huh?
For some.
Do I get a sense on his opinion of it?
With 6 advantages, sure, man. Why not?
Is he bought in? Is he bought into the contingency, or is he or is he equally
You can tell.
speculative?
You can tell just by his body posture that he is a fan of the
Okay.
Chained Rathtar. Whether he's a fan of what he's doing or what he stands for, or if
Simply
he's just a fan of who he
physical
is and
capability.
and his capability, that much is not as clear.
I see. Okay. Cool.
Yes, I did cross that creature's path.
As have I. A lot of work yet to be done.
Did you cross fists?
No. Like I said.
I challenged him.
Really?
Yes, as you guys exit out of the ring and another fight begins taking place, as you guys sort of, he kind of leads you off to a side of where the training dummies are, perhaps a little bit away from the den
Yeah.
and the ruckus.
Did he accept?
Did he accept? Of course. He has no option.
And you're still walking around?
Of that part,
Pretty
the good
pretty
gracious.
strong. Okay. So that's pretty impressive for a mind knock.
I have... Don't let the sash fool you, my friend.
Of course.
I refuse to take the next level.
And why was that?
I'm not ready. Who is another to tell me what I am?
It's a strong point. It's a thought I've been having a lot myself recently.
Interesting. But, let me tell you. I, of course, trailed him, and I'm sure that the beast knew. We were at a distance probably of 100 meters as I called out to him. He never got a foot closer. And yet I felt every knuckle as if he was me to you.
Whenever I encountered him, we were meters away, 30 meters. It sounded like a horde of beasts trampling through the forests. Just his presence, awe-inspiring. What about that made you want to challenge him? What were you sent out there to do anyway?
Well, I challenged him because I wanted to. You need measuring sticks. And perhaps I was a bit foolish. But there are things that Buhai Din has no knowledge of on this planet.
Of that I am certain.
There are plenty of creatures here that react to the Force as we do. And Jeff, you would know this to be true as you encountered some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that why you go out, to be among them?
I hope to bond with one.
It's quite unusual. My companion may have made some such connection with a Sprellis.
See,
May have seen him around.
I would. I have not, but I would so like to meet him.
His name's Samson. He's with the Thrall Darafon.
Indeed. Yes, but I was thinking perhaps, well, Miss Brothers could work. But I was thinking of our foes of old, of Mandalore. The chance to bond with a creature that wreaks such havoc as we.
Have you found any such creature on world?
No, not yet.
I'm trying to think. I don't have the creature in my notes, but was there like some sort of like herd creature, like elephant?
Yes. And I can tell you, I'm blanking on the name as well. But
Yeah, I
tell.
would bring that up. Because I'm pretty sure the herd scattered upon us getting they were running the opposite direction, clearing through the jungle to evade the Rathtar that he had slung one across his neck.
The Drunta. Yes.
The Drunta, that's right. Yeah. Well, I don't know where you encountered the Rathtar, but he'd slain a Drunta. I mean, and these were impressive beasts, but he had one slung over his neck like he planned to cook from it for a few days. Maybe one of those you could bond with. I mean, they are straightforward and powerful. No subtle deceptions.
I will have to see. I thank you for your information.
Look forward to meeting you again.
You as well, Jeff.
Oh, and just a word.
Hands back over his shoulder.
The Grand Supervisor, well, the Rathtar warned me the Grand Supervisor would not be thrilled to hear of any talk of his presence on this planet. So,
He's jealous.
I'm sure. But yeah, word to the wise.
I appreciate it. And speaking of Narax, Gand, by the way, Shiv is a Grant.
Gand,
He
okay.
awaits you in the ring.
Does he? Okay. No rats. Okay.
And
Say anything?
yes, the clicking of his vocabulator and his ammonia mask, punctuating his speech. You have done well, Jeff.
Thank you.
On this day of combat, well, yes, you have lost one bout. The mission that you have succeeded on allows you your first strike for the next sash.
Very good.
win a point against me in this bout, and you will earn your first strike. Upon your third strike, you will become a purple sash, and you will gain the right to craft your Wang Shen.
Kind of cracked his knuckles, one side to the other. So be it.
Now, this one, easily enough, will be a competitive check. So, you will roll against his defense, and he will roll against yours. And feel free to use everything in your disposal, of course, if you have something on your character sheet. And then, most successes will show the victor.
Let me cook.
So I'll tell you right now that it will be 2 reds. I will flip one as well. So it will be 3 reds and 2 setback die for your check onto Mirax.
Okay. 3 reds and a setback die, you said? Let me build that out.
2 setback, yeah.
3 reds, 2 setback. Okay. Well, the only thing I can really do to add to a check is apply Far Strike, which allow me to use my Force die on this check here.
Chop them in, baby.
And that's for offense. I don't know that I have any defensive capabilities except for the dodge action, but I don't imagine we would use that here, right? It's kind of a going head to head.
Well, and that you are. So I would say yes, you can absolutely take the dodge action. Do you have 1 rank in it?
I do have 1 rank in dodge.
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
1 rank in dodge. When targeted by combat check, perform dodge incidental to number of strain no greater than the ranks of dodge, then upgrade the difficulty of that check by that number.
So don't worry about the strain, but he'll have a red and a purple then against you instead of just the 2 purples.
That'd be dope.
But Jeff, go ahead and make your check first.
This is a hell of a roll. And you know what? Why not? Ooh.
Would you like to use those 2 dark side pips for successes, Jeff?
I don't think you would need to.
Now, whenever he rolls, it will be total amount of successes for the win.
I see.
Hasn't rolled yet. So that would give you 3 successes. So he would have to roll more than 3 successes on his check.
Yeah, I understand. Total. Yeah. Maybe Jeff would.
Up to you.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna stand strong. I'm gonna say no. We're not gonna do it.
Okay, very good. Would you like to spend the pip to upgrade his check?
Yes, I would do that. Yeah.
Very good. We can do that. So, he strips or he pulls his shoulders out of the top of his gi, and you can tell that the chitinous fibers that make up his Gan body have been strenuously tested. The fibers that grow as muscle underneath them seem to bulge against the plates, sort of in like a piccolo type beat. And he's got this very brown shell, and the plates themselves, where contact marks apparently of combat have struck over and over and over. Multiple layers of this chitin have just grown back. So his ribs, it looks like he has almost a rib guard, like from like a quarterback, has developed around his midsection. His offensive leading shoulder has grown thick and chitinous and almost in a sort of wing shape to protect his upper back. He's sort of monstrous in and of himself, but he stands maybe 5'5". Again, they're not tall people, but he is squat and powerful.
It's our running back.
Oh, no doubt. He would be called a bowling ball in a football running back phenology type there.
Yeah. So Jeff would walk towards the arena, and the second his heel touched the inside of that ring, he would immediately begin running at him.
Good. We've got 3 yellows, 2 greens, 2 reds for the ranks.
That's everything that I have then. Ooh.
2 successes, 2 advantages. So, Jeff, with both dark side pips, you will win this bout. What do you think relying on the dark side in this moment looks like, Jeff?
I think Jeff's... I hate to say it, it's just... he's just kind of in his own mind. This isn't fair. They didn't tell me this combat was happening today. I would have rested better. If I was better, this guy'd be on his ass right now. And then just lets it take over. Almost falls into that same time lull that he had in the earlier bout, except just doesn't allow it. The reaction just takes over entirely on its own.
Very good. Very good. Sash. There we go. And Jeff, I'll ask this. Do you use your actual far strike here? Do you make combat or contact that should be impossible in this bout?
I think that's actually exactly what happens, because he's just not in range to get there fast enough.
Very good. And you can see, or really, as you're breathing and you come back to, finally settles as Narax is quite literally on his ass, right on the rope, just barely across the other side of the ring. And dust has sort of picked up in a cloud around him. You hear only your breathing in the chapter house, in the den. There is a stunned silence that has befallen this place. The multi-compound eyes on Narax don't belay much emotion. But if they could be any wider open than they are right now, that's what you pick up on.
Jeff would wordlessly, 10% bow, up, make eye contact with, Donko, and then walk out of the arena. Head back to his bunk. Try and get some sleep. Frustrated with himself for sure. Probably still riding an adrenaline high though.
Sure. And as you round one of the corners in your chapter house where most of the bunks reside, you do notice that the din of sound and motion picks back up. But no one comes to check on.
You'd probably stew on that.
Very good. Very good. While this is happening early in the morning, Noel, as you power on, the door to the chapter house has been left open. Or blown open, or something.
Kind of look around for where Lorne's usually kept that main kind of common room where he's usually sweeping. See if he's around.
As you look into the main chamber, as your systems come back online, and the suns are starting to rise. A little bit more light is coming through some of the holes, the portcullises, even, if you will, into your little chapter house. The streaks of light, sort of dust motes going through them. You do see Lorne. He is seated. Oddly enough, he's kind of he's a middle-aged gentleman. He usually, you've noticed, tends to stay off the floor as much as he can. But you notice that he is sitting cross-legged. His back is to you, and his chin seems to be tucked into his chest.
Devotee Lorne, I hate to interrupt what looks like meditation, but Devotee Lorne, I'll kind of walk up and, using my non-crab arm, I kind of like tap him on the shoulder.
As you tap him on his shoulder, you see he moves. And just from the tap itself, seems to off-balance the position that he was in. And he sort of slumps over onto his side. Lorne Eisen is dead.
Well, that's interesting. I look back over to the open door. Can I see cause of death or anything? I'm assuming.
Give me a medicine check.
What would be the difficulty?
I'm gonna give you an average check here. So 2 purples. 2 successes, 4 advantages. As you say, that's interesting. As Lorne balding a little bit on the top, he's kind of got that the patch bald sort of on the crown of his head. His robes are not crinkled or dusty. They seem like he probably had just put them on. You look around. You don't necessarily see any disturbance on the floor, or any trackings of dirt or anything like that. As you look over his body, though, it does not seem that he struggled. His arms not clasped or locked or anything like that, but just like his hands were inside of his thighs, like where his legs were crossed. But now you notice that his chin was tucked so easily into his chest because his throat was crushed. So you can see bruising, like the black mottled. Doesn't seem that anything has a broken skin or anything like that, but and now as you get a closer look, you can see that his eyes are bulged and lifeless.
Well, that certainly doesn't look self-inflicted. I'll kind of start looking around to see if, with the talk of sovereignty spies, maybe they want to get some of our information or something. Look for any signs of skullduggery.
Yeah, give me a perception check for sure. And make an average check. I'll give you 1 second. So 2 purples, 1 black. Success, 1 threat. No, as you look around, it doesn't seem that any of your tomes or any of your scrolls or anything like that of the Isopter has been really disrupted. It looks at it even like that maybe Lorne, before he ended up in this situation. However, maybe even had cleaned them up, maybe had dusted a little bit and reorganized the shelves. It looks pristine, which is not uncommon for him. He keeps it pretty tidy in here. As you sort of stroll over and look about at the door, you see that the jamb itself was forcibly opened. That much you can tell. It's very slight, but there's a little bit of rubbing on the frame of the door itself that seems like perhaps it was either forced open or maybe hurriedly closed in an improper manner. These hinges are not new by any means, so perhaps somebody leaving in a hurry may have jammed it accidentally, and it seems fresh.
Well, it's definitely crushed, but who could have the... And I look down at my crab claw arm. Now, surely I would remember such a thing. I think I may need to speak to Kazuki about this. I think I'll,
No, give me a discipline check as you look down at your crab claw.
Oh no.
What's the difficulty?
It's going to be a hard check, 3 purples.
This one? Why not? 2 failures.
No, as you look down at your claw droid arm, almost like you're doing a systems check, it is not responding to you. It's making motions, closing, opening, whirring, that you are not giving it.
Oh dear. Well, that's problematic. I think in that case, I mean, I think Null's gonna go look for Shib. I need
Anything,
someone to bounce this off.
anything you do in here before you leave?
I'll probably like arrange Lorne in more, like a more dignified, like laid out, like hands on like the stomach. I don't know if Isopter has any like full burial rites, but something to that effect. Maybe get him ready for a pyre later.
Yeah. And if you'd like a shroud, I'm sure they probably can work with that as well. So
yeah, put like shroud and then mask on top of the shroud. His mask.
Very good. Yeah. And I'll say this as well, Noel. It's strange seeing him originally because you say, "Oh, I need to put his mask over the shroud," and you go before you go to put the shroud on, you reach down to take it off. It's not on his face.
His mask is gone.
It's missing. You frantically search around. It's nowhere within the chapter house.
He can't properly greet the void without his mask. Where? And just start like picking up a table and like looking under it. Just can't find it. Well, this is certainly a problem. Yes, Shib. Shib can help. She'll know what to do.
Perfect. And no, you will run off to go find Shib.
Thinks about detaching his crab claw arm, but then decides against it and continues.
Is it still like moving on its own as he's like running?
It's not
Is that the end?
frequently doing it, but yes, it's closing, whirring, adjusting of its own accord. And Noel, you run out and go find ship. Samson. What greets you this morning? Did you go back to your chapter house to rest?
Yes.
As you roll to wake, perhaps even from the very vision that you had, there's a weight on your chest. Your heart rate is already elevated. And as you perhaps shocked to jolt awake, you think that perhaps you're even back in the dream. As there is an Asprellis on your chest looking down at you.
Just two-hand grab bead and
Huh?
one of my thumbs along the neck.
He fluffles his feathers out. Hops off to the side of you. Finds a little worm in the dirt. Now that you're awake.
Whew. I imagine I've cleaned up. Or maybe I haven't from last night. Pitcher knocked over, cup on the ground.
You have a bit of a headache this morning, for sure. And you are, for some reason, man, you're thirsty.
That's what I'm looking for, a drink.
Lo and behold, easy enough to find your a spare canteen hanging on the wall in the common. Asramode seems to be meditating there, something you don't see him often do. But he's pacing. His footsteps heavy, almost like he'll, at this rate, bore a track in the floor that he's pacing on, this little 5-foot wide path. He just keeps taking 2 or 3 steps and pivoting on. His eyes are open, but they're unseeing. He's gazing off into a different place, perhaps. His hands tucked behind his back.
What is bothering you?
As he hears your voice, he stops on a pivot towards you. You see almost every muscle tensed, bulging against his frame and his armor relax. His head sort of shakes like he's seeing stars, getting the concussion out of his head almost. Blinks a few times and his eyes rest on you. You were right, boy. There is power here. But in a way that you perhaps had not seen.
My vision has been busy.
As has mine. A key to an empire, I have seen.
Upon the tongue.
Indeed. And I thought how easily it would open the Iron Palace on Empress Terra. But as I pushed the door open, It was far grander and wider than I'd ever imagined.
A bounty.
There are other factors at play here, Samson. Hands uncounted reach for the key, ours among them.
Then we must be first. Though I don't think it would be bad to be second.
I'm unsure of
I
its
feel
shape. That we must discover.
Could you feel its presence? Its pull, its power?
Something else. Whatever it is, it has brought with it a moment. And we rapidly approach.
And we will be ready.
We shall see. This will be your greatest test. You may be herald in name, but this test will set you apart.
I have been chosen. I will remain chosen. I will keep myself busy.
As you should. Leave me. Find the crux of this tide. Secure them.
I will find the way. And Samson's going to pop his hood up, call for B to come to his shoulder, and exit the chapter house.
Very good. Give me a perception check, if you'd be so kind. Add your
Okay.
force rating to it.
Can do.
And go ahead and roll that against 3 reds and a purple.
There's something good behind this, boys.
Blowing them things, man.
Ooh.
Fuck, my shit's not updated.
0 successes,
Ooh.
2 threat, 1 light side, 1 dark side.
Indeed.
You only need 1 success here, Samson.
But what if I had 2?
Well, I was just about to tell you. I'm so glad you asked. For 1 success with the light side pip, you'll get the regular. With the dark side pip, I'll give you everything.
Yes. Lizard.
The banker's a bastard, dude.
Oh, I forgot I gotta put my conflict at the top of the episode notes so I don't miss it.
No.
For the light side, you get to keep your car. The dark side, you get the house.
Samson, as you bead regains your shoulder, lands on it, and you kind of wince into that pain of his talons grabbing purchase on your collarbone. And you think, oh, yeah, I need to hurry up and get that padding made. But that pain cuts through to a more primal level for you. And you connect with Bede in a way that is deeper than ever before. You receive a sense from him, a predatory sense, an innate sense of hunting, of finding a beacon. And in this moment, it points to Azramode. And as this connection goes through, in this briefest moment, you know, regardless of if you've seen it or felt it or ever even recognized it before, the Asprellis hunt not by sight or by sound, but by the Force. Azramode has never given off anything to you before. But there is a raging bonfire that makes Bede hungry in this fairy room. And it's there for the briefest flash, and it's gone. Azramode has been hiding something from you. He's more powerful than even you had previously imagined. He's stronger than any prophet you have ever met.
Samson's gonna give him a long glance, let the feeling go through him, and hold on for his walk away.
Where do you walk to, Samson?
Holy shit, I don't know. Something.
Roll a d4 for me, man.
Let's go, dude. I love this.
A 2. Very good.
Force the 2.
Straight to hell.
You jump off the side. No. So your feet, I'll say, you probably don't, but your feet drag you out of the Eastern Rise, where your chapter house is, the Darafon chapter house is. In a blur, you don't even recognize that you passed the Commons. And you end up on the East Rise. You end up where or you end up on the West Rise, my bad. The East Rise, has the sort of more modern-esque, their metal buildings, patchwork. It's sort of not Gree in its shape, but seems to be more recent, whereas the West Rise is almost entirely these brick houses. These very ancient structures. And you cross over into the West Rise, and you pick out a few. The Votary is there, the Jedi chapter house is there, the Matukai chapter house is there, and you can hear the din of what sounds like very active combat within the Buhai Den, or within the Matukai Den. The sound of, dummies being hit, but you're in a haze. And you bump right into Noel.
Oh, hello, Samson.
Hey, no.
Hey, how are you doing? How was your morning?
Horrible.
Same here, actually.
Noel, roll a discipline check for me.
All right.
Yes, bro.
2 purples.
2. 1 success, 1 advantage.
Noel, your crab arm shoots out to grab Samson's lapel.
Whoa!
But you literally, like, it snaps out at him and is closing at his lapel. Pure reactionary instinct, programming code prevents it from happening, but that crab claw is like right here. Samson, on you.
Yes, so, I've had an interesting morning, you could say.
You've made mine more interesting than what it could be.
Be
Samson will take a step back.
Like, pull the arm back. Yes, it's been, I guess, this is a new development, to be sure. But kind of like look around, make sure no one's like overhearing, and then like lean in. It turns out the convocation representative, devotee Lorne, is dead. His mask is gone, and I believe I am being framed.
Samson's gonna look all in his face.
I believe I
Look at his arm. And look back at him. Well, do you know what killed Devotee Lorne?
Well, my best guess would be a crushed windpipe.
He's gonna look at the arm again.
Wait, I just put that shit together.
I believe I'm being framed.
But yes, I'm sure that I would have remembered such an act if I had done it, and this arm has never acted this way before. But the thing that makes me sure of this framing is that Devotee Lorne's mask was missing. I mean, it is part of a minor tenet of the Isopter to send off our devotees to the void with their masks. So it strikes me as something someone not of the order would do.
And you are loyal to your order, no? I believe you, but
Yes.
the way this looks, and I'll look back at the arm. Where are you going right now?
Well, I was on the way to go see Shib, see if she had any. She mentioned a couple of days ago there are a certain subset of people, of organics, that can manipulate mechanical things with the Force. That's kind of my working theory.
Samson's going to give you a cocked look. He's going to reach his hand out, and I'd like to suppress Null.
Very good. Go ahead. Well, actually, suppress. You just have to commit the force die, right? You don't even have to make the check, right?
I believe so.
Normally. But
They spin to add automatic.
because
And then
this is technically a PvP check. This is what I'll need from you, buddy. Go ahead and get your discipline pool, Samson. Add your force die. Null, I need your discipline pool, which is 2 greens. Samson will be against 2 reds.
2 reds.
And you'll have 1 automatic failure.
I assume that's this one. Yeah. Circle is the wait. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
It should be the little triangle is the failure.
Instinct, soothing tongue. Roll it.
Table every time?
What was that, Chris?
Are y'all having to refresh y'all's table every time?
It's actually
It's
been rolling
happened to
for
me
me now. I refreshed it once earlier, and then I've been good to go all night.
Close
trying.
it, restart it, like open
Yeah.
a new tab, and it might give you another.
But Samson, no, what'd you say before that? You all managed to speak at the exact same time.
Oh, I said awesome.
Okay, great. 1 light side usage only, I would assume, Samson.
Yes, we've done enough conflict today.
You only had
dude.
1. You only had 1. You like.
What does the second one give me? What do we?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, dude. Hey, panic buy, dude. You need it,
It's
obviously.
Monopoly.
Yeah. But Samson, you, in sort of the fugue, cloudy state that you're in right now, on a whim, you say, okay, well, you know what? This is something that I do, and he's a droid, but whatever. I'm gonna suppress you. I'm going to hide you from the connectivity of everything. And you do. No, you regain control of your arm, and you feel it in this moment.
Oh.
Now, Samson, do you cast? Do you actually incant?
Yes.
Very good. So, Noel, at this point, then, I will say that you see Samson do something that he's done before in your presence. He incants and summons his power. You also notice that as he's incanting and he's speaking in Dracoween, bead on his shoulder, his beak moves in unison with Samson's mouth.
What?
As the incantation finishes, you get like the data loadout read that your arm is back online. And you
Like spin it. Well, I believe that did the trick. So I think there is some credence to this theory.
Samson, do you
Someone
want to
may-
commit a force die to keep Noel's arm online?
Absolutely.
You don't have to. I mean, you can just let it. Now that we know that that's the theory,
Yes, but
I don't mind.
it is very important. Our first impression to Kazuki. Lorne
Yes.
was in your chapter house, right?
That he was.
And you were the closest to him, and you were the first to find him.
Yes.
You will be the primary suspect.
Ah, I see. Yes, that makes sense. Yes, that would not bode well for the Isopter. Yeah, you are correct.
We are lucky that we have done the business on the Decahedron. I think the best thing that we can do is, of course, we can stop by and tell Shib. That way they know this is a group effort, but we need to speak to Kazuki and let him know.
Yes, of course.
You must stay within... Samson's going to point at a rock about, like, a short range away.
Oh, yeah,
At
probably
least
probably 10 meters.
10 meters. At least that close to me. If you step outside of the shroud, I don't know what the arm will do.
Understood. You may have to slow your gait a little bit. I do still have the dragging astromech leg. But yes, let's go see Kazuki and just set this all right.
We will
No.
get the ship first. She will speak for you.
Yes. I'm just unsure as to who or why. I cannot fathom.
I
But,
asked the same question.
Noel, Samson, as you guys show up at the Jedi chapter house, and whichever one of you goes to knock, the door will open up, and Shib will be right there, having just finished her conversation with Master Zoe.
How was your morning?
No, very good, actually. And how about you?
Bad. Quite bad.
You see Master Zoe, she's putting her robe back on. Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Master Jedi. Yes, we have a problem. We are about to go visit and explain to Koziki. The representative of the Isopta has been found dead.
Oh,
Yes, crushed windpipe by the looks of it. Not a bad way to go.
this is odd. I didn't think that we had to deal with these kinds of things here on Eton.
Samson's just looking like,
Yeah.
Yes, there is something going on with my crab claw. Do you remember a couple of days ago you mentioned people could manipulate mechanical things with the Force?
Oh yes, it is a very studied practice of the Jedi.
Yes, I fear that may be what is going on here, and that I am being framed for the murder of devotee Lorne. But we're going to figure this out, and it definitely was not of my accord, surely.
I see. And is Master Thelny still standing there?
No, she put her outer robe, and put her tabard back on, put her outer robe back on, and you can hear her shuffling around like on her side of the common. She's not standing right in the doorway. She wasn't eavesdropping as far as you can tell.
She would look back to her just to, come to that conclusion. And I'll step out and shut the door. No, are you sure this is a good idea? I mean, if you bring this to the chair, I mean, you will be the prime suspect.
Yes, Samson figured as much as well, but the way I see it, whoever is framing this is trying to disrupt the Isopta's place in the convocation. And so if we come to Koziki above board and give them all the information, surely they could see past this simple ruse.
days until the next board meeting, Mr. DM.
Days until the next full board meeting?
Yes, or when this Representative Lorne would be expected.
Noticed missing.
Yes.
Hard to well, actually, you're a chair. I would say you probably have 72 hours, probably 3 days, to start like the next week.
The body is.
Okay.
The body is still fresh.
Also,
Noel found it
real
this morning.
quick, on that note, talking about time. The next Pilgrim shuttle, 48 hours, 2 days.
But yes, I powered on this morning and saw Devotee Lorne in a usual spot, but unresponsive. Upon a closer look, I learned that his windpipe looked to have been crushed, no struggle, and the most curious part, his mask was taken, absconded with. Which to me is the kind of sign of outer influence.
I see. Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
has Master Zoe ever divulged like what she can do as far as force powers?
No, not really. She hasn't ever gave you a really running list. You've seen the classics, a little move, a little sense.
One moment. No. I'll step back into their house and walk up to Master Zoe.
She's cooking some eggs.
Nice. Master, I have
Hey, you
a
want any
question.
eggs?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Something has come up and I'm afraid I cannot stay.
Purpose
do you-
finds us.
Yeah. Yes, I suppose so. Master, do you have any experience with the force power manipulate?
Oh, you speak of mechanical manipulation.
Yes.
No, I have heard of it. I have not done much study of it. I've never been very mechanically minded, and I think that has colored my perception of the ability to use that particular power. But a bit more rare, really. You don't see it too often, but it has been documented.
I see. Do you know if we have any texts on the subject?
I'm sure, yes. I'm sure one of them has it. It's kind of a throwaway. It's certainly not very long. The Jiao She had a bit of usage with it. Not a Jedi order, but not
Can you
necessarily.
spell that?
JAL''SHEY.
All right.
They were great craftsmen and warriors, and it was said that the makeup of things they could adjust in the crafting process, on the molecular level.
I see.
But it's let me make breakfast. I think I have it here. If not, I'm sure I can find perhaps a copy. The Gold Isodecahedron may have one in the archives. But yes, that has been recorded. I'll just have to find it.
Very good. If you could you leave it on my bunk for me? I really must go, Master. I apologize.
No, of course, yes.
And
Fine.
I'll start walking out the door.
Yeah. And as the door opens, we'll jump back to the Matukai chapter house. As Jeff, you have just managed to catch up on a little bit of sleep and pass out. Before the Khan wakes you up. Just sort of
How does he wake me up?
side taps you on your shoulder.
Okay. Just kind of startle jump, too.
My apologies.
Almost like when you're falling right on the edge of sleep. Yeah. No, it's fine. What do you need?
Well, he has
I'm sorry, you said it was who?
the Khan, the green
Khan.
Twi'lek. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Oh, or the Khan. Danko, my bad.
Denko, okay.
Wrong letters in the wrong spots. Danko.
No worries. I was changing the name right there. Okay.
But
Oops.
Danko, he has sort of like the bulbous eyebrow ridges as well. Narax wanted me to deliver this to you. And he, just in his palm, has your knot to tie onto your sash, your first strike.
Oh, okay.
So just a little bit of ornamental braided rope that has 2 beads on the end that are white. You'll tie that around
Yeah.
the cross section of your sash.
I'll begin doing that. How were the rest of the bouts once I left?
The luster was kind of gone.
Yeah, I probably should have stuck around a little longer. I just, I don't know, wasn't too pleased with how the day went.
He's looking at you peeringly.
Made the same mistake twice.
That is not a common technique, Jeff.
I heard you mention it earlier.
It scared me enough then. I didn't think I'd be seeing it so soon again. Did you train under him?
No. I haven't even seen what he's capable of until you told me. Just kind of inferred.
How curious.
You know, it comes in spotty every now and then. I can't really control it every time. I think I was just pissed because in that moment, I knew he had me again, just like you did. Wasn't going to accept it that time.
I will talk to him. He wants to bring it up to Buhai.
What does he think he is? It's not his decision to make.
Oh, but whoever he is, he has the backing of the Den as far as this planet goes, this enclave. He is ultimately responsible for you. But that same talk is why our friend is in the spot he's in.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So, I will handle that. I will talk to Narax. He respects me.
I don't know, Donko. I think I will talk to Narax.
Of course, I did not mean to overstep our bounds, and I do apologize.
No, it's okay. I think it's time that I take my future with the Matukai into my own hands.
Be that as it may, I also have another message for you.
From whom?
The chairman
Of the Enclave?
of the convocation, yes, Kazuki. He requests your
What is he?
presence in the full grid.
Immediately? Tell Narax not to say a word to Buhai Din until I talk to him.
Of course.
Thanks.
And he'll quarter bow and head off to do just that. Jeff,
And
do
I'll
you
make my way.
roll out to the Fulbright?
Quickly.
Well, great
I want to
news.
get this over with, whatever Kazuki has to say. Wasting my time.
You guys, you guys around from, well, actually, you guys are actually on the same side. West Rise, Jeff, you walk out. As you walk out of the Den, you see the backs of Noel, Samson, and Shib also heading to the Commons and sort of eyes up to the Fulgrim.
No more
Yeah.
splitting the party. Yes,
I see their
bro.
I see their backs, and I'm kind of jogging. I see their backs, but I turn my head to the training grounds, and I barely pull away and follow them.
And lo and behold, all four of you. Noel, if you want to ask Jeff how his day went, I don't wish to take that from you.
How was your morning?
Eventful. And
Same here.
you see just a shiner on the side of his head, just a big bruise.
Yes, we've had quite the eventful morning as well. We're off to go see Kazuki about some dire circumstances.
Yeah, what's that about? I was gonna go talk to Narax, but Kazuki called me.
Oh, he called you.
Well, he called for me. I mean, he sent one of my fellow Matukai for me.
Well, how should I put this? I awoke this morning and found Chair Representative Devotee Lorne dead. So, as of now, the Isopta does not have a seat, or a representative, I should say.
You found him dead. Like, how old is he? Didn't think he was that old.
Mid-40s.
Middle-aged, yes.
He just died in his sleep?
Crushed windpipe, from the looks of it. Yep. And there's some strange happenings with my arm as well.
Which arm?
Samson, this one. Samson has graciously fixed it for now, but I am to remain within 10 meters of him, or else things could happen.
Let's keep it fixed. No, I mean, do you think Roe had anything to do with? Well, one of the Roes had anything to do with this?
Maybe. I'm more of the mind that it is someone who can manipulate mechanical things using the Force, which I'm not sure if they are sensitive, but can't rule it out.
That's pretty scary. Okay, well, look, let's go talk to Kazuki, and then if we can't figure it out there, maybe it's worth talking to Zoe after that. I mean, maybe she's experienced something similar.
Yes, indeed. In worst case, I guess I could just detach the crab claw, but I've kind of grown a liking to it.
Yeah, I don't think you should have to cut off your arm, no? I mean...
Well, you guys step up to the highest peak, the northern rise where the Fulgrit rests. It's a large, sort of vaulted eastern temple roof, reaching even higher than the peak itself. And you can see the glittering crystal suspended in the air within, shining throughout the little holes cut in the sides of the building and the little pillar that it's in. And the doors are open to guardians of the Wills, followers of the Wills, stand watch. They recognize all of you, so they kind of just stamp their little pole axes, their little pole stabs, I should say, as you guys walk by, masks covering their face, hoods drawn up. And as you guys walk into the main, Kazuki seems to be looking at something out of the window, even outside of the north rise. But upon hearing your echoing footsteps throughout the Fulgrit building itself, he turns quickly, and it looks like he's about to say something, and then sort of is surprised to see all four of you. Well, good morning.
Good morning, Kazuki.
How has your morning been?
Oh, thank you for asking. Not great.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but if you three would not mind, actually, believe it or not, well, you know what? We'll just do it all together. Fine. Jeff, I had called for you. Nolan Sampson, I had needed to talk to you and was about to call for you. I'm surprised about that. And then Shib, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're doing so well.
Give him a little bow.
I would request that you do a better job of keeping these rabble-rousers in check around the pilgrims. More on that later.
Rabble-rousers.
Of course.
Share a glance with Noel.
I mean, oh.
Yeah.
He means
Jeff.
you.
Jeff,
Yeah.
young Tyro.
Yeah?
word has traveled quickly about the day of combat. I wish to congratulate you on your new strike.
Norax can't take a punch without telling the whole world about it.
You had quite a few other Matukai watching that. Pretty much everybody that is under that banner. So you had about a dozen guys in there, including you. So
Okay.
word has, but you're not wrong either. You're,
Well, thanks.
of course, but that's less what I wanted to talk to you about. And I'll keep this part anonymous. But I also wanted to say, I'm very impressed. A few good words have reached me about your attitudes and just sort of general well-being towards the Equilaterate. So I wanted to thank you, of course, for that. Some of the other pilgrims and, convocation members have taken a notice to you. And on top of that, they've also said that you've done great with a few of the pilgrims. So I wanted to congratulate you upon that as well. You are truly taking the heart of the mission of the convocation within yourself. And I appreciate that greatly. And as the chairman, I want to let it know that, your actions have been noticed and you should be rewarded for that and, recognized. So we haven't ever done that before, but I was thinking, because I'm the chairman, I would maybe I'll do a member of the month. And, I'm going to swing that at the meeting in 3 days and see what all the other representatives think. But if it passes, I, of course, have the first one I'd like already, and that'll be you. I'd like to, maybe I can make a plaque on the wall or something and put your name up.
Still referring to me?
Yes.
Well, I really appreciate that, Kazuki. I mean, that's nice and all. I'm sorry, it's just... And I don't mean to be rude. This might be the least important thing anyone's said to me all day.
What? That's hurtful.
And I'm sorry, but
That's okay. But what's...
to
Well,
talk.
what?
Distractor of you, it's the other business, really.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, okay. Okay. Now, they say you should say good things and bring the bad thing up and then say good things again. So I'm going to move to the bad thing. Noel Sampson, you have done a terrible job with the pilgrims. I have gotten multiple reports, 2 reports, in fact, back to back, about you threatening and intimidating pilgrims. What is up with that?
Do you want to, Samson, or should I?
Yes, it was much less intimidation and threatening as keeping the peace.
And it was much less pilgrims than anti-bounty hunters.
What in the Force's name, what in Firm's name is an anti-bounty hunter?
Mercenaries
He
paid
is a
to
firm.
protect and motherfucker. They are paid to be here to protect someone, and they were fighting over who and what gets paid.
Isn't that just the
And,
bodyguard?
a bodyguard implies some level of
Samson's gonna
consent
put
from
his-
the
put his hand
protected
in it.
party.
I guess semantically, yes.
But Jeff, you seem to believe that the party does not know about their mission?
From everything I've heard, it doesn't make much sense to me either.
He'll stroke
would
his
not
long,
reveal the name.
prehensile face trunks that are connected. Oh, no one ever said that this job was easy. But this is okay. Well, okay. I'm glad you kept the peace. That's good. Thank you. However, be careful about, your verbiage, word usage. It's, I hate to say this, but with some of the pilgrims, appearance is everything.
Is there something wrong with our appearance?
No, but if you sound and look intimidating, perhaps they may be intimidated. And that is not a fault of yours. I know your hearts. I've been very impressed with you all. And you know, you've brought some excitement around here, which is great. Okay, now what did you need to tell me? Okay, that's everything I had. Jeff?
Well, this news isn't really mine to tell. No?
No?
Yes. So devotee Lorne, representative.
Yes, a good
C
friend.
of the centralized subject. He is dead.
What?
Yep. I found him this morning in the chapter house, deceased.
What? What? He's 2 decades younger than me, at least.
Yes, I suspect foul play. And
Foul
even more
play?
so, I suspect a force user is behind this foul play.
Are you suggesting that Lorne was killed?
I am declaring.
Oh, firm.
Yes,
I take back everything I said about excitement. Oh, man. Well, what happened?
Well, I powered on and discovered devotee Lorne sitting in a usual spot, but he was unresponsive, and upon examination, it was discovered that his neck had been crushed by some force, and his mask was taken and missing.
That's quite disturbing, though.
Yes, normally I'd say it was a blessing, but him losing the mask is kind of a major break in our burial rituals.
Yes, he had talked at great lengths about that. I'm sorry, this is just so shocking.
Oh, it's all right.
We just have not had a death in years. Especially not here. And oh no, this is not good. Well, was there any tracks?
Just kind of look at the rest of the group. We have a working theory that whoever did this used my crab claw arm to end Lorne's life. And of course, we don't know this for sure.
We can demonstrate the evidence that someone or something was manipulating them, and is still
I don't think-
attempting to.
No.
Guys,
We gotta work on the messaging on that, lol. No.
What
guys,
do you mean?
you have just... This is very serious. Our working theory, Nolan, please correct me if I'm misunderstanding. Someone killed Lorne with your arm while it was attached to your body?
Now, I see how that may sound to...
Yes, I would hope so. I'm finding myself in a more curious prediction than or predication than ever before.
Samson, shall we Shall we show? I will need a test subject, I suppose.
What in firm's name are you talking about, Noel?
I'll
A
do it.
test subject?
I'm not even gonna let somebody stand in front of him because Kazuki is, and I'm gonna drop my surprise.
No, give me a discipline check.
All right.
Super works.
0 success.
I will make a show of incanting.
Well, for your drop, you don't necessarily have to, unless you want to.
I gotta sell it. I'll wave
Okay,
my hand.
There we go.
I'll turn towards Jeff.
And as it goes down, Noel, you are missing it. The crabclaw arm does, in fact, grab you, Jeff, but it grabs your sash that goes across. It doesn't actually clamp around your neck. It grabs like your lapel and your sash.
Hey, watch it. No, I just got this.
I am sorry.
Go for the neck, man.
No, release him. What are you doing?
I am unable to. It is a strange happening that I have not had happen before.
Well, turn it off before you hurt him. Samson, do whatever you had done before.
Samson will suppress Null.
I know your control of your arm comes back. Kazuki, the tips of his two trunks are just kind of twirling about at about chest level as he's stroking the top of them. Oh, firm. Oh. Okay, well, this is not proof enough. We'll have to hook you up to a diagnostic or get a readout from you onto a data pad, because it could just be an act. Oh. Okay. The next shuttle is to arrive in 2 days. And I don't want to make a show of this, but I can't help but feeling that it's rapidly approaching that. Does anyone else know, outside of everyone in the room?
I don't believe so. I believe.
I mean, who else in your order, Null, would be looking for Lorne? What are his daily tasks involved, you know?
Fun fact about that. It's just
Actually,
Lorne and
just-
Null.
Oh.
Oh, daily tasks: sweeping, sleepwalking, lighting the candle.
Ruminating about death.
The candle? The singular
You
candle that
only
we
have
own?
one.
Okay. Well,
So yes, as far as the Isopter is concerned, I think that should be fine. It'll be just the greater shrine.
Well, let's not get too carried away about who will step into the representative duties of the Isopter.
I meant more
Considering
just
that-
who might notice that he's gone.
Oh well, we have a full representative convocation meeting in 3 days.
Oh, good.
So I think we should get out in front of this. We should probably make an announcement.
But what would the announcement be? Because while I am somewhat satisfied by Lorne's passing, as is our custom, I do realize the light that this would put the Isopter in the general populace's minds, and I wish to continue the Isopter as a sect within the convocation, whatever that may take.
Guardians,
This is really...
seal the chamber. You hear the big doors grind to a close at the front. And what about our other... This is obviously terrible news. Lorne was a good friend. We must naturally find his mask so your rights can be complete. But what of our other mission? What of the sovereignty?
I believe last we all saw the two different rows were in the cafeteria. One was quite obviously staring at the other. I believe, Shib, you tried to get in with them, right?
I did, yes, but to no avail. They seemed very adamant on remaining by themselves and not engaging with anybody. Also, has Jeff told the group about his conversation with the other row?
No, probably not.
Very good.
Well, I've looked at the manifest. There were not two rows on it of any sort.
Oh, really?
Were there any rows?
Yes, there was one.
You know his last name? The row I know is Darvin Luck. Luke Luck.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's the name. Wait, out of character. Did the anti-bounty hunters give us the name?
I believe they
I think
did.
that was the name that they were protecting.
They did let it slip, yeah.
Yes, that's the name that the anti-bounty hunters were sent here to protect. The very same.
Yeah, you said he kind of came here on a pilgrimage to honor his father. Maybe find some closure.
Kazuki squeezes his temples. Oh,
He is the head.
Burnby. Well, as far as I can put it, then, this row is probably this young Darzan. So I do not have a Darzan on the manifesto. On the manifest. So he was perhaps going underneath this row name. What did this other gentleman, what was his description?
Well, I gotta be honest, that guy was the one who kind of caught me by suspicion. I mean, he was staring at Darvin the whole time, nervously. It wasn't even trying to hide it, really. I mean, maybe he was, but he just wasn't very good at it. He was super disheveled, messy brown hair, unkempt. Looks like he hadn't slept too well in the past few days. Scrawny.
Shorn hair? Military cut?
The other one, yes.
And then he had a pretty new data pad, right?
Yes, no,
that was Darvin. That was Darvin.
I know who you speak of. Why has Burkegg done this?
Captain Burkegg?
Yes, the other row you speak of, that's Fillmore. Fillmore Trowman. He's one of the bridge crew from the deck prism. I met him. He's come down before.
I thought I recognized him, but couldn't fully place where. Why would Burkegg spy on a planet that his station's orbiting?
Well, he's probably not spying on us. Apparently, he's trying to spy on Darzan, whoever. And not doing a good job of it, because he's not a damn spy. Why?
So this is USDC.
I'm up for re-election this cycle. This is not going to look good. Not that that's important, really, in the grand scheme of things, but it is nice. Now, regardless, these anti-bounty hunters, which, now that we're talking about it and putting things together, they're the ones who lodged the complaints, but don't tell them I told you that, no, Simpson.
It was Warren first, wasn't it?
Yes.
I knew it.
But this is a Tabana keg. The longer the more that this builds, we're stacking logs on the fire. Lorne has been killed, and no offense, perhaps by Noel, mind-controlled.
None taken.
This Darzan Luke is here and apparently has the interest of multiple parties. We're just waiting for a spark.
Well, wait, do you believe that that Darzan has any interest of the sovereignty? Because if not, we're still looking for the sovereignty.
I have no
Envoys.
idea, but I think it's quite interesting that these things have aligned together.
To say the least.
Now he's given you a name, and he's traveled under a different name on the manifest, so I assume he has a false ID chit. It's not a great look, and this is of course all just rumor and hearsay. There may not be any sovereignty. To think that truly a sovereignty spy could be here, I think is still outlandish. But nothing must befall this Darzan character. Find out more about him if you can. But that must take a backseat to the matters with Lorne. No.
Yes.
Until otherwise, I think it is best if you go on restrainment for some time.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, I am also curious what that means exactly. You mean a restraining bolt?
No. I would never. First of all, it's absurd.
Thank you.
But I think more of house arrest. I think it is perhaps we should move Lorne to the Fulgurate, and until some more investigation duties are done and perhaps you can be cleared, it is best to confine you to your chapter house.
While I agree with the sentiment, I fear that my best use in this scenario would be in tracking down this person responsible. And should I remain next to Samson, this glitch would remain in check. If anything, I would be more dangerous if I was placed alone.
Right. Guys.
Well, I mean, no. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I just. So right now you're relying on Samson keeping up this power, essentially the entire time he's around you to maintain control. I just hate to think, what if Samson fell asleep? That power dropped and you were to attack him, and he's the only one that can keep you under control.
That is a concern, yes.
Not you were to. What if the Force user was to attack him? Sorry. I don't think you have any part to play in this.
Appreciate that. That is a valid concern, of course. But that being said, I do still feel a pull to find this killer. What if Kazuki, would it be satisfiable to you if we did some tests and, if need be, removed my crab arm?
Guys, go ahead and let's make a social check here. Because we got 3 minutes, so I think this is a great spot to jump off. And it can be pretty much anything: negotiation, leadership, or charm. So whatever you guys can scrap together.
I've got a pretty good charm check.
I'm not a particularly social character.
1 yellow, 3 greens on my charm.
As you.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All
Well,
you,
shit,
brother.
You'll be making the case. So what do you want to add in to make this check to seal this deal?
Chairman, I think just with Null bringing this to your attention and being so forthcoming, it's clearly he is trustworthy. Surely taking the arm off or anything that will allow him to help us with this investigation will be preferable to limiting our resources. I mean, you of all people, you don't become chairman for no reason. You should see this. Appeal to his pride a little bit.
Yeah, appeal to authority.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make your charm check. It'll be 2 reds and a purple.
Good. And I'm upgrading.
Nice.
2 successes, 3 advantages. 2 successes, 3 advantages.
Nice.
You see Kazuki run one hand over his long trunks again, and they finally stop whirling around at the bottom as he elicits a deep sigh. This was not what I was expecting whenever I called this meeting this morning, boys and girl. Oh, all right. I believe you are correct. And I can go to bat for you all. But is it just the arm? No.
As far as my data readout from powering on, the arm was the only section of my body that did not show at 100%.
Well, you can maintain your freedom of movement, and of course, you all can lead up on this case. But you must leave the arm with the gold isodecahedron.
Shall do. I shall fetch a saw.
I'm sure they can remove it easier than that.
I suppose.
But do that, boy, this is going to be a lot of work. Guardians, unseal the chamber. Well, please, find who has done this. Lorne deserves to rest as he saw fit.
And he will. We shall keep you updated, Chairman.
Hurry. You don't have much time. And if it truly was someone else, they may try to leave on this next shuttle in 2 days. You do not have much time.
One last quick little aside.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chairman Kazuki, have you ever heard of the Jalshay? Jalshay?
I not that I can say. In passing, I have heard the name. I do not know anything about them. Why do you ask?
Master Delny told me that perhaps they are prone to use this force power, and I just didn't know if we had any members or anybody who knew anything about them. Maybe that could lead us to some sort of lead, I suppose.
Now, I'm not an expert on the matter by any means, but if they were still around as an order or somebody was practicing their beliefs, we would have a record of that in the archives. But I can't say that I've ever heard of it.
Very good.
And that is where we'll leave off for this week's session, man. Great job, everyone. I think this will be another juicy 15er with gang. So stack that on your XP sheets real quick. As we wait and see perhaps how our group of PCs come out of their trials. Tune in next session and see what happens. We love you guys. Have a great night.